Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The mother of Jesus and his brothers arrived at the house. Standing outside, they sent word to Jesus and called him. A crowd seated around him told him, "Your mother and your brothers and your sisters are outside asking for you." But he said to them in reply, Who are my mother and my brothers?" And looking around at those seated in the circle, he said, "Here is my mother and my brothers. Whoever does the will of God is my brother and sister and mother." The Gospel of the Lord. I don't know about you, but I do know about myself and my family. I don't know how many times I told my parents, "How come they can do that and we can't, and you won't let us?" Any parents here hear that one before? Okay. 9 times out of 10, my parents were generally right. They did have flaws, though, but that's why it was 9 times out of 10. And after a while, as I got older, I started to realize how wise my parents were. And so, obedience took on a different value for me. If Mom and Dad say this, it should be done that way, because consequences that are not good may follow. This is family values at work, and every family has their family values. There's a way that it operates in a family, and every family has maybe different values, but they should all come to the same point, that it should be good for everybody in the family. And this is where the word obedience comes in. I come to do your will, it says in the letter to the Hebrews. And Jesus says it quite openly. Whoever does the will of God is my brother and sister and mother. Jesus, in this particular verse, has now told everybody, including us, that we are part of his family, and we are nurtured in his family by doing his will and not our own. Because if we're on our own without appealing to God, we end up getting in trouble or losing the way. Something as simple as following the 10 Commandments and what is asked of us as Catholics, going to confession, going to Mass, daily prayer, all these things bind us into the family of God. And especially in prayer, it helps us to come into a deeper union with God, and our soul gets enlivened and awakened to function more and more under the obedience of God, making us a better person and a more happy and joyful person. Whoever does the will of God is my brother and my sister and my mother. Thus, when we're obedient to God, we're all in the same family, and we care for each other and love each other and help each other with the proper family values that God himself has given us. We should stand for nothing less than the family values of God, our loving Father.
Regina Celi,
Let